A wipe of the visor there for Rossi Brown, quite a vigorous wipe of the visor. Fred McMullen, not Fred McMullen, sorry, Oshan Thomas, 2 red bikes I'm getting confused with. Fred's not here today, or at least not out in this race, he may well be present. Oshan comes back around to join the back of the grid. Support coming in on Facebook for Dan Goodman. He's the white 57 on the left hand side of your screen. Let's hope we can get away.
We will, and this time we're gonna do this, mate. We're gonna get through.
Yes.
Flags in the air, ready to go, and away they go. Not as good a start from Rossi Brown that time. He had a slight slip there off the line. Everyone else is away nicely. As Zach Shell, but he does get good drive through that second corner. He's already catching back up to Zach Shell. Look at the run he has up the hill here. Yep. But this time it's not as it was before.
Sorry, Howard. Shelton not needing to cover him off that time, but Rossi Brown getting very close. Look out for that on the second lap.
Absolutely. So, what's the significance of this, you're asking? Well, if it stayed like this for the rest of the race, the significance is that the lead of the championship switches back to Shelton. That's the significance of it. 5 points the difference between, well, 2 points the difference between these two in the championship, and 5 points the difference between the points you get for first and second. Shelton has a quick look over his shoulder, and I think we've established what the what the battle may be at the front here for this one. Joe Woodward in third.
Rossi not looking to have quite the speed advantage coming up the hill. He is quicker coming out that corner.
Oshan Thomas managed to get past Dan Goodman on that first lap, but they're running quite closely with each other, so look out for them having a bit of a battle as well, as our top two work their way through the top of the circuit and into Zulus. Charlotte Makuto hasn't taken the restart there, so
that'll give Oshan Thomas the advantage in their championship battle.
Yep.
They're a bit further down back in order, 6th and 7th. Charlotte currently leading Oshan by 3 points. Or is that 5?
That's 10 points.
Oh, sorry.
Between those two. That's fine.
Wrong column. Row, sorry.
Zach Shelton sets a new fastest lap of the race, 54.18. Here he is, with Rossi Brown just behind, 6/10. Shelton was able to put on Brown that last time around, with 5 laps left to run of this one. Although we are going to, with the restart, we are going to call this one off of the last lap board and the checkered flag. It has to be said, as indeed one always should. Rossi Brown keeping Zach Shelton honest here, as through the boot they go. You see so many overtakes being set up through the boot in dry conditions, but it's not been quite such a hot spot for overtakes today. It's been more about getting good drive up the hill generally.
Yeah, that's been our prime location at the top of the hill today. That is prime location in general, Christmas corner.
Absolutely.
Spots, low speed calendar.
And of course the producer of a meme every time Christmas comes around. If you see any images of just that corner and the word happy, they're wishing you a Merry Christmas. So, onto the back straight comes Zach Shelton. He set another fastest lap last time around of 53.93. He's doing everything he needs to do here to further his challenge for this title. Oh no, he's down! He's down in the final corner! Oh goodness me! Zach Shelton, who up until this point has been riding such a controlled race, is down, and Rossi Brown takes up the lead. And just as quickly as it seemed the tables were turning his way, they flip back around again in the championship for this young man.
Rossi Brown leads up the hill then. puts him firmly in control of this championship. Can Zach Shelton get going and pick up some points?
Goodness me, how? And that's not the first time today that we've just seen a rider. We're going, wow, their pace is really, you know, they've got some really good pace. He is back up and circulating again, but he's come in. He's behind Joe Woodward.
He's in third place, Howard, and closing up to the back of Woodward. He has got 3 laps remaining, at least. That's what timing tells us, to try and make an impression.
Provided he's feeling okay after that off. That's again, that's never a nice place to see somebody go down. There's never a good place to see somebody go down. But you know, that last corner is a scary thing. You can see him sliding there towards the tyres, and I'm not sure if he's resumed his running with quite the same pace here. The question will be if he can get past Joe Woodward again to limit the damage, as it were, from his perspective. Rossi Brown then leads this one, leads the championship. Happy days from his perspective. Just got to keep it together, but it wouldn't be the first. If he were to have an incident, it wouldn't be the first time a leader today has struggled. So he's just got to keep it together. Rossi Brown in first, Joe Woodward in second, and remaining in second, Zach Shelton, not circulating at all with the pace that he had before his off. Oshan Thomas in fourth, Dan Goodman in fifth. All those 5 riders still circulating, I'm delighted to say.
Yeah, Zach some 10 seconds off his best lap on that last one, a tentative return to the track. Picking up third place, which will give him the points needed to take this to the afternoon. Rossi's advantage, as Howard mentioned, 2 points. This will give him a further 9 points. So that'll be 11 points that he needs to recover this afternoon to take the championship back.
Yeah, 16 points for the third place. We need to look, though, for Rossi Brown, who's rounding the boot now and is going to be... No, sorry, he's going to be shown the last lap board this time round. So take with a pinch of salt the fact that it says last lap in the top left screen. Now we're on the last lap. So on to the final lap for Rossi Brown. And it's 30 seconds back to Joe Woodward.
Coming out of the Zulus onto the back straight.
Yes. I'm just looking out for Zach Shelton. He's definitely backed off here. I think he might be nursing.
Out of the Zulus,
and it did look like a nasty off that he had. I have to say, kudos to him for continuing. But I think he may be struggling a bit here after that. This man, though, this young man, is doing everything that he needs to do. Rossi Brown is going to come around the boot. Provided he can keep it on the island, will take the win. In the IMR Racing UK Mini GP class, he takes the win for round 10, race 1. And he has just taken himself a step closer to the championship win in this class. It was a good ride from him. He didn't do, you know, I mean, Zach Shelton, it's so easy to lose it in these conditions, but Rossi Brown did everything he needed to do, kept it composed in these conditions. Joe Woodward is just rounding the boot now to take second. This is Oshan Thomas. Just outside our window, Joe Woodward takes second place. And then Zach Shelton. Actually, Zach Shelton needs to be careful here. He's getting caught by Oshan Thomas right at the end here. That's why the cameras are focusing. This is actually a battle for third towards the line here. And Zach Shelton, I'm not sure if he's aware, but he could lose it on the line here. That was 1/10 of a second. Zach Shelton takes third place ahead of Oshan Thomas.
Oshan certainly saw opportunity there, didn't he?
I'm not sure how aware Shelton was. I think he is struggling, but by 1/10 of a second there, he's managed to. I tell you what, if the points difference at the end of the day comes down to less than 3, because it's 16 points for third and 13 for fourth, If that becomes significant later in the day, remember that moment as Rossi Brown receives congratulations in the paddock. So, drama there. We're having a lot of drama in our classes in which we've yet to decide who takes the championship overall. So this, I presume, is going to be the incident. It's so easy to do.
Front wheel just twitches, Howard.
Yeah.
Bike is out from under it.
So easy to do. He's gutting for Shelton. I do hope that he's okay, because as I say, his pace when he resumed was a little off. So one hopes that he will be fit and healthy and ready to take to the start later on. But let's just took a big step towards the championship. This was the closest class coming into today, and Rossi Brown has just extended.
That one. Next up, the IMR Racing UK Mini GP. The second race of the day featuring these youngsters. We will bring you the grid momentarily. Only 6 riders out in this one. But we shall see the resumption of the battle between Zach Shelton and Rossi Brown. Those two lining up on the front row of your grid. Shelton in the darker helmet to your left, Rossi Brown in the lighter helmet to your right.
Yeah, critically earlier on. This was the closest class coming into today. Just 2 points were in it in Rossi Brown's favour earlier on. As the flags are in the air, Rossi Brown is now in the pound seats for this one. And we're away. Good start from Rossi Brown. And Zach Shelton has not got off the line. Zach Shelton has stalled it on the line. And that could be critical. The gap was 11 points coming into this one.
Shelton's got going again, Howard. He's now up to Christmas corner. He'll join the back of the pack. Not the start he needed there, not at all.
No, that's advantage Rossi for sure.
Here is Rossi coming down the back straight into the boot. About 11-point lead in the championship is looking like all he needs at this point. Even if Shelton does manage to catch up with him, I think he needs something to happen to Rossi Brown to swing the championship in his favour.
He does, but we've seen some of the best riders in the field get flummoxed at times by the grip conditions today, so can't count the chickens just yet. Jo Woodward is in second place. Charlotte Makutso, I'm delighted to say, after her troubles in the first race in this class earlier on, she's in third. Dan Goodman is fourth. Zach Shelton has got past Ashant Thomas on that first lap, so he's beginning to work his way back up. Here is Charlotte Makutso running in third on the tail of Jo Woodward. And there is Zach Shelton now trying to work his way back up. Back with our leader, Rossi Brown. 25 points for this win. He won the race earlier on. Zach Shelton came home in third at the earlier race.
Just like off, wasn't it?
Yeah. So 25 points for the win. 20 for second place. 16 for third.
Up the hill comes Rossi. He's got an 8.25 second advantage over Jo Woodward. Let's have a look further back.
Zach Shelton just set the fastest lap of the race. 54.42, and here he is on the tail of Charlotte Makutso, and now by into third place. So he is on the move, but he's not at the current pace. I don't know, he was 2 seconds faster around last time. You've got to assume that Rossi Brown is just taking things quite easily at the front so as not to risk anything. Here though is the challenge for second place. Zach Shelton on the tail of Joe Woodward, who's also been riding well this season, and today in particular he's dealt with the conditions very well, has Joe.
Shelton takes a tighter line through there. It doesn't seem to garner too much of an advantage from it. He'll want to get past Woodward soon though if he wants to catch Rossi Brown. Rossi posting a 55-second lap time. Shelton there, some 4 seconds slower than he has been this race. Let's see if we can get the drive up to Christmas.
Here he is side by side, gets the job done, and Zach Shelton moves up to second place, which is great for him in the race, but isn't enough in the championship as far as we can tell. He can at least now set about catching Rossi Brown, and let's face it, his pace, he has been able to set a faster pace than Rossi Brown, generally speaking, at the moment. Comes around the boot section.
Yeah, unfortunately he's 12 seconds behind Howard with only 3 laps to go after this one. Or is it 4?
It's 4.
Apologies.
But I agree, it does have to take something quite special now.
Yeah, I don't think he's got 3 seconds advantage on him,
No.
but he'll give it a go.
Yeah, he can't but try. And as I say, we have seen many leaders today have issues in the condition. Saw there, Oshan Thomas and Dan Goodman having their battle over 5th place. Oshan Thomas just got by Goodman for that one. That's actually the closest battle on track at the moment, so they're just heading towards Christmas. We can pick that up. That's a really nice battle going on further down the field. You can just see them in the back of shot there.
Let's have a look what lap times we get this time around then, Howard. A 55.89 from Rossi Brown. That's pretty quick. I'm not sure Shelton can have much of an improvement on that. Let's see if we can get him down with the 54s. Can indeed. He's a second lap quicker.
Second quicker. That's not a bad attempt at all. As I say, one must assume that if he were to get closer, Rossi Brown may up the pace and have a response, but that is a decent attempt there by Zach Shelton. Should stress though, even if he gets up the road and overtakes Rossi Brown, it's still not going to be enough. He does need something to happen to Rossi Brown, does Zach Shelton, to take the championship.
Nevertheless, a fantastic recovery. His bike stalled on the grid and had to be started again. He caught up with the pack after a couple of laps and has fought his way through to second. Good recovery drive. Right.
We've both had one now.
I thought I'd get through the whole day.
Yeah,
I
me
really
too,
thought I'd
mate.
make it.
It's embarrassing, isn't it? It feels bad. Anyway, this time Shelton comes round and he's taken another 1.3 seconds out of Rossi Brown. Almost got the gap down to under 10 seconds now. Joe Woodward still circulating in 3rd. He's just set a personal best of a 57.49. And Charlotte Marcuzzo sets her personal best as well, 58.59. Oshan Thomas, he got into the 58s last time around, setting his personal best. And yeah, well, Dan Goodman also just set his personal best as well. So they're all improving out there.
Conditions are getting a little bit better. I'm still not going to go as far as saying it was dry. I think you were very premature on that call earlier.
There were some dry bits, I'm going to say.
Okay.
So I'm going to note that there isn't a last lap board out there, so I'm going to say that this isn't the last lap for this one. So there's still opportunity. Another 1.3 seconds taken out of the lead by Zach Shelton. You can't say he's not trying. He really is pushing here, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. As I say, he also needs Rossi Brown to drop down the order. And the way, you know what, the way that both of them are riding at the moment, that doesn't look like it's going to happen. They both look like they're in control.
Last blackboard is being prepared, Howard. And by that I mean he's got it in his hand.
Yeah,
He
yes.
doesn't have to type it up or anything.
There's Dan Goodman on the 57 bike you just saw there.
And I think he's just missed Rossi Brown. The last lap board has, yeah, missed Rossi Brown. So it'll be after this So ignore the fact that it says finished on your screens.
Yeah, this race is still going on. The riders have not been shown anything. So we'll keep pushing.
And ignore the fact that it says last lap. We have 2 more laps. Oh no, hang on, now the checkered flag is coming out.
Yeah, I think that, yeah. So they're going to show that next time around.
The whole keep an eye on that man plan was Kamakropper.
Well,
no, I don't know who to trust.
here we go then. Coming round the last part of the lap. Finishing his season with a win. A season in which we're pretty certain he can say he's won the championship. Rossi Brown crosses the line. Brilliant ride from him. Dan Goodman crosses the line as well, taking the checkered flag. Then comes Zach Shelton in second. Well, he rode brilliantly, bar for that mistake. There is a very happy Rossi Brown. He knows that he's taking home all the glory. The race win. In fact, it's the double race win, isn't it? So he's taken home the double win and, as far as we can tell here in the box, the championship. That young man has just topped off a fantastic season.
Yes, congratulations to Rossi. Commiserations to Zach, a great ride from him as mentioned. He did well to come home in second place there after stalling on the grid.
And hey, it's worth giving a mention to Zach Shelton this season. He's had a great season. He got full points last time out at Three Sisters. He also got his year off to a start with he took the first 4 wins of the season in this class. So you can't take anything away from Zach Shelton. He has had a brilliant season, but no doubt he will be somewhat disappointed of the form he had there. But Rossi Brown it is, who provisionally at least we say is your champion in the IMR Racing UK Mini GP 140 class for British Mini Bikes 2018. Here he was crossing the line. What a great moment for him. All his supporters. Huge amount of effort, of course, goes into these young riders competing. Good ride as well from Joe Woodward in that last race. But there we go. There is the conclusion. That's what winning a class in British Mini Bikes looks like and feels like.